3, 2, 1. Hello!
Hey guys, welcome back to our channel.
Not back. We're not even,
Oh, yeah.
we haven't even started! Anyways, so I'm Anika.
I'm Nirali.
And we're here to tell you about our English Term 4 project and what we're doing.
Yeah, so this 9 weeks, we're going to challenge ourselves to find balance between being an active student in a competitive school like Clements and balancing time for ourselves.
It's really important to separate time for yourself and know how to balance your academic life with your social life, especially because there's a lot of extracurriculars that most students are involved with. And separating time for yourself promotes self-growth and lets you tap into your mental health and see how you're doing, which is extremely important. So yeah.
This 9 weeks, we are going to challenge ourselves to extensive painting.
Oh, yeah, and some dancing as well as some yoga.
And nature walks out in the sun.
So just a lot of little things which seem easy, but it really is hard to set aside time for these activities and really truly take advantage of the activities on how to get into yourself and figure out who you are.
So overall, our hypothesis for this project is that we believe some of these activities are going to serve as healthy habits we can use in our everyday lives, and some of them are a little unrealistic, which we'll figure out in the process. We also believe that it'll give us good preparation since we're about to enter college, and it'll teach some of us and hopefully you guys how you can balance your time between 2 or more things a day.
Yeah, especially with college, even the stress now of applications, which are gonna happen soon over the summer, many students get caught up with the stress and don't know how to deal with it and are still figuring out how to deal with it. And I think these activities will help us figure out what we can do to relieve the stress right now with applications, which will happen soon and in the future.
So, Anika, what do you think the easiest challenge is gonna be?
Probably dancing, because I dance just for fun, you know, like dumb stupid things. So
yeah,
I think
even
that,
though you suck at it. But...
I mean, I wouldn't say I suck, but I think that's probably the easiest. What about you?
I think the easiest would also be dancing, just because there isn't a definite way of how to do it, and I think it'll just relieve stress.
Yeah. What about the hardest?
I think the hardest is probably going to be disconnecting from social media, just because it's such a big part of our life.
For sure, especially because we also use technically social media with school, with Schoology, and so if we disconnect, we're completely disconnected from all our friends that we aren't with in the moment.
What's gonna happen to our Schoology accounts?
Hashtag Schoology. Anyways, yeah, disconnecting is gonna be really hard because it's not just our generation that uses social media extensively, but it's also my parents and even my grandparents who use social media to connect with us over the seas and stuff. So because it's such an important thing in our lives and it's so prevalent, it's definitely going to be the hardest thing.
So yeah, but I think we'll get through it. So enjoy this video. Enjoy this video, and if you want to be reminded of our future activities, our reminder will be linked down in the description box for you. Until then, just enjoy the ride.
Oh, definitely. Okay. Whoa, that was really bad. Oh, 3, 2, 1.
Hello!
Anyways, we're back. And we have completed our English project. So, I'm Anika, again.
I'm Nirali.
And just to let you know that our project was a success, but there's like a lot of downfalls, and I like really got to know myself and a lot of negative things. So, yay. So we can just like talk about what we did.
Yeah. I think, like we said before, the purpose of our project was to kind of balance out being an active student and taking care of our bodies and our mental vision and like state of mind. And some of these activities really did that. Like, for example, doing the face mask, doing yoga, and doing the dance parties kind of like enforced that break between our academics, and it was AP week, so it was really nice to just hang out with each other after school. And we had a lot of our friends that we saw when we were doing these activities, so they joined in with us. I think that was super fun, and we made some crazy memories doing that.
But I think the dance party was the easiest, just because, like, I mean, you just get up and and like, I think that was the easiest. So even if we made like subtle movements for dances, it still like released endorphins, and like other people got involved, so it got even better when our friends were involved. And then what else? So after that, there was also painting, which we did, and like painting was fun, but also like stressful at the same time.
Yeah, I found painting to be like just, I guess, a little more stressful than people say that it should.
Yeah, I guess it's also because we're like perfectionists.
Yeah.
So like when it came to painting, like we were trying to separate like our school mind and academics and all the things we have to do to focus on the painting, but then you just release all of that into the painting, and it gets more stressful because it's like it's not perfect. So I don't think that worked out as great as we expected.
Yeah. But I do think that the walks and the yoga were really beneficial. And I think my favorite part of this entire process would probably be the dance parties and the nature walks, because those were surprisingly really de-stressing. And like when I went home, I just felt like energetic and like didn't have much to do. And because it was AP week again, it was just really nice to relax.
Yeah, even when it like wasn't AP week and we were just doing it, like it was nice to like separate ourselves from like all the tests we had to study for. And I think like one of our main issues with like this whole project on focusing on ourselves was that like it was hard to separate our minds, even when we were doing the self-care like activities. And so I think walking in nature was like the most efficient and productive part for separating the two different minds.
Yeah, and 2 weeks before APs hit, we were doing our disconnecting from social media activity. And as a reminder, we basically disconnected ourselves from all social networking sites and just like didn't use our phones as much as we could, and refrained from like texting or Snapchatting. And I think that was really hard because I didn't realize how much we use technology, even for like Technology and Skyward. So we were not allowed to do that. And the first day was really, really hard.
Yes.
The second day, I just started to feel like I was like left out with my friends when they were always on their phones and talking about stuff that happened. But yeah.
And then like the footage was like really boring.
Yeah.
And I like recorded us like just doing it. I used like a video camera, so don't worry, I didn't cheat. But like it was just very boring, because like even though like we're fun at school, but like other people around us still have their phones. And it's not even like checking social media, it's like contacting our parents or like keeping in touch. Like my dad was like texting me about something and I wasn't using my phone. And like it just like wasn't working out.
I think it helps us realize that as much as we have this negative image about social media as being the only thing that technology is used for today, it really helps us realize like there's a lot of good things that come out of using technology. But I have to say it was nice in a way that I was like not as distracted when I was doing my work, or I just like went to bed and I'd find like things to do. So it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. But
it was and then the next thing would have to be, I mean, the face mask, the spa day, it's kind of what we expected. Like, it was relaxing, but, like, I guess, yeah, temporarily. So, like, with all of these activities, separating the time to do them rather than, like, instead of studying or, like, doing our extracurriculars, that was, like, the hardest part. Because, like, especially in these, like, last month and so, or whatever, like, since we've been doing this project, like, this term has been so stressful, and everybody's trying to get in their grades, and then you have to study for APs, and, like, everything was, like, honing down and coming to an end. And I think that was, like, the worst time to, like, try to de-stress, even though that sounds, like, contradictory, because you should de-stress, but, like, taking the time to de-stress, like, it takes so much mental effort that, like, it's, like, equivalent to the mental effort that we put in studying.
Yeah.
So, like, I just, like, didn't have the willpower. So, what is one thing you learned?
From this project, I think I learned that I don't always have to be part of everything that my friends do on social media. I think disconnecting really helped me recognize that. So it's okay to just, like, lay back and put your phone down and relax.
Yeah.
Yeah, what about you?
I think one thing that I take out of, like, this whole experience is that, like, I'm very work oriented, and so, like, I invest myself into my work, and a lot of it is in my phone, and, like, I, like, enjoy my work at times, but also I don't. And, like, when I was doing the de-stressing activities, all I could think was, like, oh, this is taking time away from, like, me studying for this, or me doing this for my extracurricular, and so, like, I think I'm just stuck in a loop.
So as you can see, we have two different perspectives, and we've learned different things from this project, but overall we really enjoyed it, and we hope that you guys enjoyed watching us do these fun activities.
Yes, I hope you enjoy the montage. Thank you.
Bye, sis.
Oh.